Capricorns, how's it going? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out Sheila Divine's channel, what is up? My name is Amy. If you're returning, welcome back to my channel. So this is your message for January 16th to the 30th. Yes, I'm late, but better late than never, I say. So just like I'm telling everyone else, I changed things up for January. Instead of using the Black Tarot deck, I had a calling to use my Surrender deck. That's the basis of the reading this second half. I will go back to my regular normal readings in February, and then I'm just going to end it off with a Wisdom of Oracle card for you guys. So with that, few things that I feel like you guys need to surrender. So let's just dig into this message. So one of the first things that I feel is coming up for Capricorn, and one of the things that you guys really need to surrender is surrendering the fear. So it says, let go of the fearful stories you were telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step. So a lot of you are afraid of something. A lot of you could be afraid of, getting into new relationships, starting new jobs, going on dates, maybe putting yourself back out there. Like this goes into a lot of different areas. Maybe you're just afraid of change. And what I'm hearing is that you putting this negative attachment on yourself, this fear attachment, it's really keeping you from celebrating where you should be. Because I feel like for majority of you, you're not where you should be because you're afraid of making that first move and stepping outside that box. So spirit's coming through and saying, look, you need to release this fear. You need to let go of whatever you've been telling yourself. Like your mind plays tricks on you. That's the devil as well. So it's like stay in the smoking. I don't know why that came up. Stay in the moment. Focus on what it is that you can change and not focus on what the things that you can't change. And realize that every little step that you make turns out to be huge steps at the end. That's kind of what I'm feeling for Capricorn is that, if there's something in your life where you've been putting it off, maybe because you're afraid, maybe it's driving, maybe it's a weight loss thing, maybe it's just, again, putting yourself out there, going in the dating world, whatever it is, it's like, if you just jump out of that box and say, you know what, I'm just going to take this leap. I'm going to move forward. I'm just going to start this and not really think about it. Once you get to the other side, I feel like you're going to be like, why did I wait so long to do that? Right? But there's something here where something to do with fear is keeping you from reaching your full potential. It's keeping you from reaching what you really want. Surrender resentment. Holding on to resentment only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. So besides the fear, you guys are resenting. So two things. I feel like some of you are having a really hard time forgiving people, probably because they've hurt you, betrayed you, did things to you, whatever the case is. And, you're in this place where it's like, I want to forgive them, but I don't know how to forgive them. And now because I can't forgive them or because of what they've done to me, I can't move on. You got to realize that when someone does bad to you, that's a reflection on them. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it has anything to do with you, but don't take what has happened to you into something new. So that speaks volumes when it comes to relationships. When someone hurts you, you cannot put that on someone new. Because you're taking that energy from that really wrong relationship and bringing that damage into a really good potential relationship. So I feel like whatever you're holding on to from your past, could even be something that's recently happened to you. The best thing you can do is say, you know what, I forgive you, but I learned my lesson, but I forgive you because I don't want to stay stuck to you anymore. I don't want to stay stuck to this connection. I don't want to stay stuck to, all this over here. I want to go over here and start living my life and start building my life and start being happy. And I feel like if you want to move towards positive situations in your life, you need to understand that not everyone's going to have the best intentions for you, but that's your job to figure out who does and who doesn't, right? That's your job of setting those healthy boundaries. And when someone steps over that and tries to manipulate you or tries to make you feel like you're unworthy or you're unlovable, that's when you have to say, you know what, I've got to take my control back because you can't do that. You can't overstep. You can't come over here and act like that and make me feel like that without a consequence. So it's all about decisions for you guys. It's all about moving forward, because what has happened to you has been a lesson. You had to go through it. But, some of the next card says, surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. So that could be one of the things that are coming up, is that you could feel like your voice is the only voice that matters, for one. And you could be one of those people that it's like, I'm always right, you're never right. It's like, if you come to a conflict, if you come to a situation, Capricorn, where, you're not right, you need to take validation for that. If this other person is right and your ego is just standing up there and, you just don't want to admit that you're wrong, the card's just saying, in the month of January, you might be faced where you're wrong, and you have to put yourself in that place to say, okay, so I am wrong. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt to, I don't even know if it's benefit of the doubt. It's more of, if I'm wrong, I'm going to take ownership for that, because I don't want that hanging over me, But yeah, there's you don't always have to, I'm not always right. So surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To be more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Interesting. So, we're all guilty of this. We all try to control situations, relationships. But if you come to a point where it's overbearing, if you try to control this person's every move, whether it's a relationship, guys, or a friendship, you're entitled to how you feel. They're entitled to how they feel. You're entitled to live your life the way you want. They're entitled to live their life the way they want. You can't control people, and you will negatively affect that relationship. So it's taking your control back. It's taking your power back and saying, this relationship right here is making me feel uneasy. It's making me feel like suffocating. I don't know. I feel suffocated right now. So I feel like there could be a situation in which you have to take a step back and say, this situation right here is making me uncomfortable. I'm changing. It's this feeling of I'm changing. I don't know who I am anymore, and I have to figure that out. Don't know where that came from, but two people need some breathing room here. I don't know who that's for, but I do feel like for Capricorn, you and someone else need some breathing room. Okay. Last card. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So, for the month of January, for the second half, Capricorn, I would just suggest, with everything going on, the best thing you can do is be yourself. Know what you want. Your feelings are validated. Surrender to the idea of always being right. Stop trying to control people, because you don't like when people try to control you. So surrender the resentments and the fear that you're not good enough, that no one's going to, be there for you, that no one's going to love you. Forgive people that have hurt you. Let go of what you need to let go of, and know that you are lovable exactly the way that you are. That, if someone doesn't love you for you, if someone doesn't respect you for you, if someone doesn't, want to be with you, then they're entitled to feel that way, right? Just like you are entitled to walk away from anyone that's making you feel like shit. So let's read your oracle cards. So you guys got To the Sea. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluent and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Relationship. There are points in a relationship where you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. There you go. Thinker. Strategy being analytical and logical. The oracle message. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Relationship. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in fantasy. No matter what, this case, the facts are the facts. Interesting. So, there's a lot going on here for Capricorn. A lot. I feel like the the overall message is that at the end of the day, you got to know who you are, what you bring to the table. You got to know that the only person that you have control over is yourself. The only emotions that you have control over is yourself, Capricorn. So watch how you react to people in January, because I feel like you might just be in this place where you want to control everything that's happening, and Spirit's kind of saying you need to just take a step back and realize that we're trying to help you here. We're trying to show you the right way, but I feel like some of you might just be doing too much. I'm going to leave it there, but that's kind of what I'm picking up, okay? So Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. You guys have a great second half of January. Take care, and I'll see you guys in February.